Brother Luo He, just focus on defense. Our goal is to reach the city owner's mansion as quickly as possible, Yuewu communicated through sound transmission. Rest assured, Luo Feng responded. Yuewu was very satisfied with the vanguard general of the army, Lord Luo He. His individual strength and spiritual will were extremely powerful, making it hard for the Heartshadow Sect to break through their formation from within. Yuewu suddenly exclaimed in surprise. Luo Feng was equally astonished. They both noticed a super-large flying boat, its surface swirling with countless formation lights, its might so imposing that just seeing it sent chills down Luo Feng's spine. At this moment, the super-large flying boat was charging forward, creating numerous space cracks in its path. Crush them, commanded the three-eyed man Feng Yuqi from inside the super-large flying boat. The flying boat was manned by more than 500 eternal true god disciples, jointly steering it. This super-large flying boat's terrifying might was evident, as Luo Feng, towering and formidable, stood at the forefront of the entire Marquis of Jiu Jiang's army formation, facing the collision of the super-large flying boat. Where did this come from? Luo Feng, eyeing the terrifying flying boat, immediately recalled the intelligence regarding the military of the two ancient countries. This is a military ship from the Flame Wind Ancient Country. The military of the Flame Wind Ancient Country, with their mechanical treasures and ships, far surpassed other divine kingdoms. Moreover, Flame Wind Ancient Country allowed foreign transactions, though the prices were exorbitantly high. This ship, based on the intelligence Luo Feng had, required a whopping 500 billion cosmic sand. It likely needed several hundred eternal true gods to drive it, each operating apart. This was much more terrifying than many formations. Within the territory of Flame Wind Ancient Country, ordinary troubles and dangers warranted the dispatch of one warship to suppress them. A single warship could sweep through any individual below the Primal Chaos Realm. Only if faced with greater trouble would the Primal Chaos Realm intervene. This is a warship of the Flame Wind Ancient Country, a moving terrifying great formation, its might even greater than the Great Destruction Ultimate Formation. Do not withstand it head-on. Yuewu's voice broadcasted throughout the army formation as it transformed, the originally super-large fireball instantly turning into super-large water currents. These endless water currents flowed and changed shape formlessly. Previously, Luo Feng was engaged in combat with the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow, but with the flowing water, he instantly pulled away. The massive warship fiercely collided, but the army's water currents were unpredictable, avoiding its sharp edges, making it impossible for the gigantic warship to touch the water. This, the master of the Heartshadow Sect exclaimed in anger. If this warship were in Yuewu's hands, it would likely be manipulated with much more finesse. But under the control of the Heartshadow Sect, it just blindly rushed forward, unable to stop the slick army water currents. Boom boom boom. Instead, it was more suited for the sect's grand formations like Dark Prison World Array and Great Destruction Ultimate Formation, that could continually hinder and influence, but the army water currents were unwilling to engage, constantly evading smoothly. Phew. It seemed like a long time, but it was just a matter of seconds. The army water currents had already surged into the city owner's mansion. Excellent. Outside the city, the silver-haired Marquis of Jiu Jiang watched this scene with great joy. Yuewu is indeed the top array master below the primal chaos realm of our Yu Kingdom. He maneuvers the army formation much more exquisitely than the Heartshadow Sect. They finally entered the city owner's mansion. Once inside the city owner's mansion, they can control Huyang City and utilize the city. The odds of winning are much greater, thought Marquis of Jiu Jiang. Marquis Luin, clad in dark red armor, frowned as he watched the scene. Inside the formation are over 3,000 eternal true gods, and there are extremely powerful eternal true gods like Lord Luo He and Yonghu. With Yuewu leading the formation, the Heartshadow Sect can't stop them. This time they are focused on escaping into the city owner's mansion. But focusing solely on escaping won't lead to victory. Eventually, a direct confrontation is required, Marquis Luin observed. The Heartshadow Sect may lose many and I don't care, but Marquis of Jiu Jiang, if your troops suffer heavy casualties, what will you do then? Emperor Chu Yu of the Flame Wind Pavilion and the Deputy Pavilion Master were also leisurely watching the battle. Yuewu of the Yu Kingdom indeed possesses high prowess in formation technique, Emperor Chu Yu observed from afar. Among our eternal true gods of Flame Wind Ancient Country, it's rare to find such strong expertise in formations. Even the fringe nations can produce some talented and strong individuals, the Deputy Pavilion Master remarked. Emperor Chu Yu shook his head. This warship, however, is a military ship from our Flame Wind Ancient Country. Despite its intricate formations and immense power, in the hands of the Heartshadow Sect, it's quite foolish, capable only of reckless charging. In the Heartshadow Sect, only the leaders who control the Heart Devil Kite and the Demon General of Heartshadow are adequate. The rest are insignificant, the Deputy Pavilion Master commented. But behind the Heartshadow Sect is Marquis Luin, and I know his temperament well. Since he has decided to start a great war, this battle for Marquis of Jiu Jiang will be hard to win. Even coming from the imperial clan of the Flame Wind Ancient Country, they both held considerable wariness towards this Marquis Luin. Marquis Luin, by realm accumulation alone, was a being close to touching the threshold of Godly King. Marquis Luin is not to be trifled with, Emperor Chu Yu observed. Unless there's a special circumstance, Marquis of Jiu Jiang will most likely lose. The Deputy Pavilion Master agreed. They had traveled across many states of the land of origin and, well-versed and experienced, had long understood the essence of the conflict between the two primal chaos prefectures. It was a struggle between two primal chaos figures behind the scenes. Marquis Luoyin had only dispatched a hired Heartshadow Sect, so far, his own forces yet to move, and already forced Marquis of Jiu Jiang to pay dearly to garner support from various strong individuals. Huyang City, as the center of the entire fortress, resembled a miniature city itself. It occupied a vast area far exceeding any cave mansion, and at this moment, it was heavily guarded, with colorful and flowing formations protecting the city owner's mansion. Even if the Heartshadow Sect intended to invade the city owner's mansion, there would be some casualties. They've arrived. On the city owner's mansion side, the leaders of the 5 great families, numerous eternal true gods, and a myriad of true gods of void space all looked up excitedly, watching as the vast, flowing army formation of the Marquis of Jiu Jiang surged into the city owner's mansion. The city owner's mansion naturally did not obstruct, allowing the army formation to enter. The army formation, including General Yuewu, General Yonghu, numerous mechanical stream secret treasures, and a host of eternal true gods, all appeared with Luo Feng and Morosa among them. Lord Luo He, General Yu, General Yong, the Lord of Huyang City and the leaders of the 5 great families greeted them respectfully. Starting from now, the entire city owner's mansion is under my control, General Yuewu said. The Marquis had already instructed, and I will lead the way, the Lord of Huyang City replied with utmost respect. No need, senior brother Yong, follow me. Yuewu and Yonghu instantly turned into 2 streaks of light, entering the depths beneath the city owner's mansion. When he accepted the invitation from the Marquis of Jiu Jiang, the Marquis had already handed over all the recorded formation diagrams of Huyang City to Yuewu. As a direct disciple of the monarch of Yu country and a potential being of the primal chaos realm, the Marquis of Jiu Jiang had no worries that Yuewu would leak the formation diagrams. Thus, Yuewu had studied the formation diagrams in advance and had already grasped about 70 to 80% of the Huyang City formation map. He could sense and inspect how to take control immediately. Just a few moments passed. Buzz. Above the city owner's mansion, the previously colorful and flowing formations suddenly turned chaotic, with a significantly more terrifying might. I need to familiarize myself with Huyang City. If the Heartshadow Sect launches a full-scale attack, the rest of you just need to defend, General Yuewu transmitted to the numerous eternal true gods. Then he specifically transmitted to Luo Feng, Brother Luo He, the city owner's mansion is now more secure. Under normal circumstances, the Heartshadow Sect could not possibly break through. But should any special factors arise, it will be up to Brother Luo He to resist. Below the primal chaos realm, none shall break through the city owner's mansion, Luo Feng transmitted back. Haha good. Yuewu then devoted himself to familiarizing himself with the many formations of Huyang City. What he had previously understood were the diagrams, but now he was actually in control. Once Yuewu took over, he discovered that the large city of Huyang, through generations of modifications with many overlapping formations, had already become a tangled mess. Even he had to ponder how to wield the might of Huyang City. Inside the city owner's mansion, the many cultivators who had been worried and frightened all this while breathed a sigh of relief now. Divine Monarch, Moyu who saw Luo Feng and Morosa approaching and immediately saluted, thank Lord for rescuing us. The Moyu family is all within my spatial secret treasure. Would you like to see them? Luo Feng asked. I would be most grateful, Moyu who responded immediately. Luo Feng nodded and waved, taking Moyu who away. Meanwhile, Moli Feiyun, Diarongqi, Gao Shui, and others were also watching this place. When Diarongqi saw Luo Feng's gaze sweeping over, she immediately saluted. Luo Feng nodded slightly. He and this Diarongqi also had some connections. Morosa, you help keep an eye on the Heartshadow Sect. If any danger arises, notify me immediately, Luo Feng transmitted mentally, knowing that as a primal chaos overlord, Morosa's observatory capabilities were stronger than his own. Don't worry, Master, Morosa immediately responded. Luo Feng, along with Morosa, swiftly moved to a spot on the city walls and calmly observed the outside. That's Lord Luo He. The 13 sect-protecting treasures of the Heartshadow Sect are widely renowned. Any one of these treasures is nearly invincible below the primal chaos realm. Yet even the combined forces of the Heart Devil Kite and Demon General of Heartshadow are merely on par with Lord Luo He. Yes, if it weren't for Lord Luo He blocking them, with the Heart Devil Kite and the Demon General of Heartshadow bringing the Great Destruction Ultimate Formation to kill their way in, and leaving us to resist, that would have resulted in severe casualties. The Eternal True Gods all felt very fortunate. On the city walls of the city owner's mansion, Luo Feng and Morosa sat there leisurely sipping wine and observing the outside. So-called military confrontations are ultimately just cannon fodder on the land of origin. Luo Feng was well aware of this. In a conflict between two countries, the upper echelons would not easily descend to the battlefield, fearing it would escalate the situation drastically. Nowadays, earning 1 billion cosmic sand is already so difficult. To gain more resources, one must step into the primal chaos realm. Luo Feng mused, as an eternal true god, earning 1 billion cosmic sand was considered a miracle. But if he became a being of the primal chaos realm, hiring one for battle? 10 billion cosmic sand would seem too little. Beside him, Morosa somewhat puzzledly looked at Luo Feng. Master, what are you thinking about? Thinking about when I can become a primal chaos realm being, Luo Feng whispered, To ascend to the primal chaos realm within the law lineage is really uncertain about when it will happen. Just accumulate slowly, Morosa consoled his master. Morosa himself didn't feel the difficulty, having naturally advanced by just eating and drinking. Luo Feng glanced at Morosa and ignored him. Deep beneath the city owner's mansion, Yuewu was familiarizing himself with the formations of Huyang City, with Yonghu guarding by his side. The strength of the Heartshadow Sect is formidable, but the battleship of the Flame-Wind ancient country is somewhat clumsy, posing little threat. However, the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow. Without Luo He obstructing, we would not have won this battle, said Yuewu. Indeed, Elder Heartai's strength is close to mine. Once he controls the Heart Devil Kite, I too cannot overcome it, admitted Yonghu, but Lord Luo he can take on 2 opponents by himself. Your realm accumulation is too weak, Yuewu commented. From what I see, Luo He's realm accumulation is no less than mine. Yonghu was astonished. Brother, even the monarch believes you will certainly reach the primal chaos realm. Could it be that Luo He will also reach the primal chaos realm? Yes, he will also reach the primal chaos realm, Yuewu replied, and unlike me he has unlimited godly bodies. The formidable nature of a godly body will allow him to rapidly grow strong after becoming the primal chaos overlord. With some cultivation over time, he could rival the Marquis of Jiu Jiang. Unlimited godly bodies, in terms of the purity of divine power and the massive reserve brought about by their immense size, make the primal chaos realm of the unlimited godly bodies much more advantageous than the ordinary godly bodies primal chaos realm. You must seize the opportunity while he is still an eternal true god, to form a good relationship with him, Yuewu advised, glancing at Yonghu. In the future, brother, I will also be in the primal chaos realm, following you will be the same, Yonghu ingratiatingly smiled. After all, the monarch of Yu country held too high a status and did not care much for these eternal true god disciples. Yuewu was the only one in whom the monarch of Yu country seemed to show special interest. Yuewu smiled. Over the long years, senior brother Yong had been most attentive, doing many things for Yuewu. Although the other sect members also greatly respected Yuewu, none could lower themselves as much as Yonghu. Yuewu also acknowledged Yonghu's determination in cultivation. For resources, Yonghu took on tasks across various regions of the Yu kingdom. In the future, if I can help senior brother, I will, Yuewu nodded and promised. Of course, the precondition was his breakthrough into the primal chaos realm. The monarch and other godly kings all said that Yuewu's accumulation was profound and that he was certain to reach the primal chaos realm. Yet I still haven't broken through. Is reaching the primal chaos realm of the law lineage really so difficult? Yuewu wondered, a trace of confusion in his eyes, but he immediately focused and delved into learning the Huyang City formation. At the Heartshadow Sect, the sect leader and 18 elders gathered, with Chiu Yi's divine power incarnation also appearing. We originally intended to use the city owner's mansion as bait to kill the array master. But what happened? We allowed the Marquis of Jiu Jiang's army to enter the city owner's mansion, and we couldn't even threaten that array master, an elder spoke up. The master of the Heartshadow Sect scanned the room, stating, this time, sparing no expense, the Marquis of Jiu Jiang brought in Yu Kingdom's foremost array master below the primal chaos realm, significantly enhancing the military formation's power, and within that military formation is also Luo He. Luo He's strength surpasses any eternal true god in the Yu Kingdom. He can withstand 2 opponents alone, the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow. The master of the Heartshadow Sect shook his head. Our plan failed and that was unavoidable. The room fell silent. 2 sect-protecting treasures together were stopped by a single eternal true god. You all need not worry, they dare not engage us. They only want to escape into the city owner's mansion, the master of the Heartshadow Sect said, but by continually running away, they will be unable to govern Huyang City or the entire Jiu Jiang Primal Chaos Prefecture. Thus, they must face us in the ultimate showdown. Once we clash, we have the Flame-Wind ancient country's battleship, and whether in terms of formations or the elite level of eternal true gods, we surpass the Marquis of Jiu Jiang's army, the master of the Heartshadow Sect declared. The 18 elders and Chiu Yi concurred. After all, coming from the foundation of a godly king sect, their eternal true god disciples were generally much stronger than those under the Marquis of Jiu Jiang. The coordination within their formations held an advantage in all aspects. Elder Heartai, brother Chiu Yi, once the final showdown begins, the 2 of you just need to tie down Luo He, the master of the Heartshadow Sect directed. Just keep him busy. The rest of our disciples can then fully exert their strengths. Elder Heartai and Chiu Yi both nodded. There may be some casualties then, but as long as you tie down Luo He, the Marquis of Jiu Jiang's army's threat will be much weaker. We will surely prevail, the master of the Heartshadow Sect declared. Initially, Luo He had proposed an employment price of 2 billion cosmic sands. Marquis Luin did not agree, but the Marquis of Jiu Jiang did. I don't know at what great cost, said another elder. It must not have been cheap. The Marquis of Jiu Jiang is certainly generous. The elders discussed. Let's not worry about these matters and prepare for the final showdown, the master of the Heartshadow Sect said. Yes. The elders dispersed immediately. Elder Heartai and Chiu Yi did not rush to leave. They looked at the master of the Heartshadow Sect. After carefully thinking over the combat situation, it feels like Luo He dealt with it very easily. Even his servant Luo Sa didn't need to take action. The master of the Heartshadow Sect expressed his concern. The task for you 2 is important and not easy, to tie down Luo He. Elder Heart Eye and Chiu Yi both nodded. Both were extremely proud, but in previous engagements indeed the servant Luo Sa hadn't intervened. If you truly can't stop him then don't force it. The master of the Heartshadow Sect's eyes flashed with a murderous intent. If he wants to kill our Heartshadow Sect disciples, then you two go and slaughter the eternal true gods under the Marquis of Jiu Jiang. In this war we must win. All right. We understand. Elder Heart Eye and Chiu Yi both nodded. They soon left as well. The master of the Heartshadow Sect gazed into the distance. The fate of our Heartshadow Sect hinges on the two venerable ancestors. If the two ancestors make a breakthrough, as long as they don't fear the great Saint Jiyuan, our Heartshadow Sect will rise swiftly. If the two ancestors do not break through and more disciples perish, the burden of maintaining the sect's operations will be lighter, allowing it to endure longer. The eyes of the master of the Heartshadow Sect were cold. Days passed one by one. Inside a pavilion atop the city owner's mansion's wall, Luo Feng was meditating in quietude, while Morosa was responsible for observing every movement outside. With his primal chaos realm strength, Morosa could detect any activity from the Heartshadow Sect. Brother Luo He, I'm fully prepared here. A voice emerged beside Luo Feng's ear. Luo Feng opened his eyes. The Marquis has agreed we will launch the attack today, Yuewu continued via voice transmission. Brother Luo He, any issues on your end? I can make my move at any time, Luo Feng responded. Good. Yuewu highly valued Lord Luo He, partly because he believed Lord Luo He could also reach the primal chaos realm in the future, and partly because in this war, Lord Luo He was the critical factor. Luo Feng stood up and Morosa immediately asked, Are we taking action now? Just follow the plan we prepared and coordinate well with me, Luo Feng said. It's better for a sector beast, at the primal chaos realm level to keep a low profile. Don't worry, I'll coordinate well, Morosa said. Luo Feng's gaze pierced through the window to the outside world. The grand Heartshadow Sect array that had once enveloped the entire primal chaos armor sector had been lifted. After the plan to capture the array master failed, the Heartshadow Sect tightened its headquarters defenses, becoming much more secure. Merely moments passed. The Marquis of Jiu Jiang's legion had already fully mobilized and was ready to engage, some filled with high fighting spirit while others visibly nervous and uneasy. Direct confrontation was likely to lead to many casualties, but as subordinates of the Marquis of Jiu Jiang, this was not the time to retreat. It's a fight to the death. Gao Wushui led a row of mechanical treasures, solemn in weight, his confidence somewhat bolstered upon spotting Lord Luo He at the forefront of the army. Suddenly, boom boom boom. The whole Huyang City seemed to come to life as one terrifying formation after another arose. Precisely 139 formations of varying strengths activated and coordinated with each other like a complete entity. As the formations erupted, bang bang bang. Some key nodes of the three Heartshadow Sect arrays set up previously blasted apart. Not good. The formation has been breached. The Heartshadow Sect disciples guarding the area exclaimed in shock as they too saw the dark array that once cloaked Huyang City dissipate, replaced by 139 interconnected formations. In different parts of the city, several Heartshadow Sect disciples were instantly bounded and rendered immobile by the formidable power of the formations. They were all transported through void shifting directly into the city owner's mansion, imprisoned within its dungeons. Yuewu's mastery in formations is truly beyond belief. At Heartshadow Sect headquarters, the sect leader and the 18 elders together with Chiu Yi looked up at the multicolored, numerous formations. The power of the formation somewhat alarmed them. Prepare for battle, the master of the Heartshadow Sect commanded. Boom boom boom. A battleship from the flame-wind ancient country appeared, containing the majority of ordinary disciples within. Surrounding the ship were two terrifying large-scale formations, the Dark Prison World Array and the Great Destruction Ultimate Formation intermingled, within which one could vaguely see several super-large mechanical secret treasures. Suppress. From high above, the multicolored formation forcefully pressed down, the Dark Prison World Array bearing the brunt of this terrifying oppression. After the Huyang City formation erupted, it's so strong, the eternal true gods within the Dark Prison World Array strained to resist, feeling overwhelmed and unable to divert their attention to cope with other foes. The Marquis Jiu Jiang's legion also flew out from the city owner's mansion, like a huge vortex of fire and water. The surface of the vortex was also covered with a layer of radiant light, carrying the might of Huyang City against its enemies. Even if you've sought help, this battle will still be won by our Heartshadow Sect. The massive battleship charged first, slamming into the gigantic vortex of fire and water. Boom boom boom. Upon crashing into the vortex of fire and water, the advancing troops clearly saw Luo Feng and his servant at the front. Stop Luo He. Whoosh, whoosh. A black flying creature and a black figure, incredibly swift, darted towards Luo Feng. Luo Feng casually swung the Bloodshadow knife in his hand, leaving a dazzling rainbow of light in the void, impeding both the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow. Once they clashed, they immediately felt the disparity in techniques. After taking over the Divine General of Heartshadow, my sheer power is not inferior to Luo He. However, when it comes to sophistication, I am far behind him, Chiu Yi thought privately, having only grasped 5 moves of Primal Chaos Realm techniques. Even with 2 against 1, Luo Feng handled them quite effortlessly. As his blade blocked them, Morosa whisked Luo Feng away, whooshing through the void into the Dark Prison World Array. Luo He's servant is adept at moving through the void. In the midst of all these formation collisions he can still move through the void? Both armies were quite astonished. Among them, some elites could perform instantaneous movement under the suppression of ordinary large cities. But at this moment, with two armies clashing and the spatial turbulence intensified many-fold, still able to move through the void at such a time, he must have mastered several moves of Primal Chaos Realm techniques in the void to an unimaginably high level. At least several moves in the void have been mastered at the Primal Chaos Realm. No wonder he can act as Luo He's protector. With him leading the escape, those below the Primal Chaos Realm, even within a large army formation, pose no threat to them master and servant. The many eternal true gods of the Heartshadow Sect felt a chill in their hearts. He's trying to destroy the Dark Prison World Array, stop him, they cried. The Dark Prison World Array, tasked with resisting the suppressive might of over 100 formations from Huyang City, was already under severe strain. It barely had any power left to deal with Luo Feng, and his reduction in self-protection capabilities meant it could very easily be breached by Luo Feng and his servants. His servant moves through the void space too quickly, we can't stop him. The Great Destruction Ultimate Formation ceased its attack and joined forces with the Dark Prison World Array to counter Luo He. For a time, both great arrays, while resisting the numerous formations of Huyang City, also suppressed Luo Feng, neither able to target the Marquis of Jiu Jiang Legion. The battleships of the Flame Wind Ancient Country clashed fiercely, over 100 super-large mechanical treasures coordinating together, battling the Marquis of Jiu Jiang Legion. A figure of crimson flames watched the battle from outside the city. Such trash, restrained by Yuewu and Luo He, the two most crucial arrays. Marquis Luin shook his head, knowing that with the loss of these two super-large arrays, the Heartshadow Sect had lost more than half of its strength. The army formation led by Yuewu was like a single entity. Whereas the battleships, the Heart Devil Kite, the Divine General of Heartshadow, and the 100 super-large mechanical treasures seemed formidable, they were truly disorganized. They would be defeated one by the army formation led by Yuewu. Yenner, make your move, Marquis Luin commanded from afar. Yes, father. Inside the Flame Wind Ancient Country battleship, there were many ordinary disciples, among them a black-armored general sent by Marquis Luin to supervise. Master of the Heartshadow Sect, by order of the Marquis, we are here to assist you in breaking the formation, the black-armored general announced, and suddenly, a legion appeared out of thin air. Leading this legion was a young man in a blood-colored robe. Young Master Yen? The sect leader of the Heartshadow instantly rejoiced. Having been under Marquis Luin for so long, he obviously knew that the strongest under Marquis Luin was this Luin Yen. Marquis Luin was harsh in raising his children and generously invested resources in them. Luin Yen was Marquis Luin's most outstanding child. Moreover, Marquis Luin had spared no expense to have Luin Yen trained under an ancient godly king from the Snow Realm, making him a direct disciple of the ancestral god of the Snow Realm. I am here to help you destroy the Marquis of Jiu Jiang Legion, Luin Yen declared, taking immediate command of the entire Royal Guard Legion, maneuvering a humanoid mechanical treasure as white as snow. The super-large snow-white humanoid mechanical treasure naturally possessed an endless beauty, but when it emerged from the battleship into the void space, the Marquis of Jiu Jiang Legion was greatly alarmed. Is this, the mechanical treasure, envoy of the Snow Realm, from under the command of the ancestral god of the Snow Realm? Yuewu exclaimed in surprise upon seeing this. Technically, the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow from the Heartshadow Sect, also specially crafted by a godly king suitable for their own disciples, were nearly as exquisite as the envoy of the Snow Realm. However, the old ancestor of the Heartshadow Sect had long died. So, they were merely managing with some disciples. Managing to drive the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow was already quite an achievement. Whereas the ancestral god of the Snow Realm was an ancient existence known throughout the land of origin, with countless desiring to be his disciples. Those qualified to maneuver the envoy of the Snow Realm had been selected. Whether the leader or the 36 assisting eternal true gods and 49,000 true gods of void space, all were selected through screenings. Ultimately, they could perfectly unleash the power of the envoy of the Snow Realm. Whoosh! The power unleashed by the envoy of the Snow Realm was stronger than both the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow combined. Wherever it went, mechanical treasures collapsed, and the eternal true gods of void space, and true gods inside responsible for maneuvering them all died without exception. Brother Luo He, quickly come and stop this envoy of the Snow Realm. Yuewu knew it was bad. He could entangle with the Heart Devil Kite and the Divine General of Heartshadow with his formation, but he couldn't stop this envoy of the Snow Realm. Moved by Morosa's swift travel, Luo Feng and Morosa reached near the envoy of the Snow Realm almost in the blink of an eye. Leave it to me. Luo Feng also observed the envoy of the Snow Realm in front of him, whose entire body had skin that was pale and stunningly beautiful, bearing a resemblance to the true form of the sector beast. He resembles my true form quite a bit, Morosa transmitted his thoughts, but the essence is different. My essence is the path of destruction. The essence of this envoy of the Snow Realm is the great Tao of life. Luo He. The envoy of the Snow Realm looked at Luo Feng, his eyes gleaming with golden light, cold and impassive. Yes, its essence is the great Tao of life, Luo Feng observed the envoy of the Snow Realm. The ancestral god of the Snow Realm was indeed an ancient godly king who walked the path of the great Tao of life. However, in terms of slaughter, the ancestral god of the Snow Realm was among the top 10 most notorious old demons in the land of origin, having slain countless creatures. A pure white light surged from the surface of the envoy of the Snow Realm, naturally resisting the power of the formation, as it stared at Luo Feng. In Lu Yinyan's view, if the envoy of the Snow Realm could entangle Luo Feng, it served its purpose. The great Tao of life, yet such slaughter. Luo Feng watched as light glowed on the surface of the envoy of the Snow Realm. Luo Feng, having significant expertise in the great Tao of life and the path of destruction, saw a super-large mechanical treasure containing the mysteries of the great Tao of life. Merely viewing the flowing pattern on its surface was enough to stir him. This slight stirring was like a beacon of light in the darkness, quickly integrating Luo Feng's numerous insights gathered over a long period. Suddenly Luo Feng blinked. Is this the law of primal chaos, which confused Luo Feng for a long time? But when his accumulation was sufficient, a slight opportunity acted as a trigger, breaking through the bottleneck and revealing everything clearly. Luo Feng was filled with joy, delicately experiencing the completely comprehended law of primal chaos. Luo He, what are you looking at? Why haven't you made your move? The envoy of the Snow Realm was already prepared and was surprised that the renowned Lord Luo He merely stared at it without taking action. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming great videos.